Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are into architecture, engineering or construction, or you are just curious about top tier design software, then today's review is one you don't want to miss. I'm diving deep into Autodesk Revit, one of the most powerful tools in the building information modeling (BIM) space. Whether you are a student trying to get into the AEC industry or a seasoned architect managing large-scale projects, this software has a lot to offer. But is it the right fit for you? Let's find out. So what exactly is Autodesk Revit? Revit is a BIM software developed by Autodesk, and it is designed for professionals in architecture, structural engineering, and MEP, which is mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, and also construction. It is not just about drawing plans, it is about creating a data-rich 3D model of a building that integrates design, analysis, and documentation in one environment. So what are the use cases? Think think high-rise buildings, residential developments, hospitals, infrastructure projects, and even interiors. If it is being built, Revit can model it and model it well. Okay, this is definitely a professional grade tool, but students and beginners can also use it, especially since many universities teach it and there are educational licenses available. Okay, so um, currently I am on Autodesk website. So, but you can see from here, you can see the capabilities of Revit, and from what we have here, uh, why use Revit? It says cross-industry collaboration connects multi-disciplinary teams efficiently, share and annotate drawings safely and secure with Revit, then model and document simultaneously, analyze and visualize. Okay, so for the features and capability, parametric modeling. It has some parametric modeling. Everything is smart. You place a door and it knows it's a door with dimensions, materials, fire rating, etc. Then it has multidisciplinary support. Architects, structural engineers, and MEP engineers can also work in the same file. Then it has schedules and documentation. It has schedule and documentation. As for schedule and documentation, it automatically generates quantities, materials list, and even construction documentation straight from the model. Then it has facing and work sharing. So this particular feature handles renovation projects and multi-user collaboration with ease. Then there's a feature called Revit Families, which is highly customizable components that can be reused across um, projects. Now, one standard feature for me is the coordination between drawings. Move away in the plan, it updates the section, elevation, and 3D model instantly. That is, if you move away in the plan, it automatically updates the section, the elevation, and the 3D model. Now, compared to alternatives like uh, ArchiCAD or SketchUp, Revit is more data-driven and holistic. It is less artistic, more analytical. Now let's talk about the performance and reliability. On the performance side, Revit is solid but resource hungry. Okay, it is solid but resource hungry. It can handle large projects, but it does require a decent machine, especially when you are dealing with linked models or high levels of detail. I have noticed occasional slowdowns with complex MEP files, and file corruption can sometimes be a thing if the project isn't managed carefully. Whatever crashes, it is very rare, but it can happen. Autosaves and backups are a lifesaver here. For what it does, the performance is reasonable, but don't expect silky smooth operation on low-end hardware. So you definitely want to use a high-end hardware. So for the integration and compatibility, Revit works really well within the Autodesk ecosystem, especially when paired with tools like Navisworks for clash detection or BIM 360 for cloud collaboration. It also supports IFC and DWG5 format, SketchUp import, direct linking with AutoCAD and Civil 3D, Unity and Escape for real-time rendering, Rhino and Grasshopper via plugins for advanced geometry, and platform-wise, it is Windows only, no native macOS version. That is the boomer for Mac users. So there is an API and Dynamo, which is the visual programming tool built into Revit. So if you are into automating workflows or creating custom tools, the potential is huge. Now let's talk about the pricing and plans. So from here, you can see that it costs $2,055 in a year for one user. Okay, that is for 1 year. While the standard subscription runs around $2,375 per year, and there's no real light version. There's no free plan as well, but students and educators can get it for free with an educational license. There's no hidden fees, but you will need additional Autodesk services like BIM Collaborate Pro if you want full cloud collaboration. Now the question is it worth it? For large firms and professionals, absolutely. For solo designers or businesses, it's a serious investment. Then what about the support and community? Support from Autodesk is okay, not always fast, but you will get help. The documentation is comprehensive but dense. Thankfully, the Revit community is massive. Tons of YouTube tutorials, forums like Revit City, and even entire Reddit threads dedicated to Revit troubleshooting and hacks. There are also third-party courses on Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, and more. Now, for security, since Revit isn't cloud native by default, most of the data is stored locally or on your company's server. If you are using Autodesk BIM Collaborate Pro, you get cloud storage with enterprise-grade security. Still, I always recommend versioning and backups when dealing with critical projects. What are the advantages and disadvantages? For the advantages, it is industry standard for BIM. It has rich data integration with design, powerful documentation tools, supports multidisciplinary collaboration, huge library of content and add-ons. Then for disadvantages, there is a high learning curve, and the platform is limited to Windows only, and also it's expensive for small teams. User interface could use a facelift. Okay, so the question is, should you use it? If you're a professional in the AEC industry or a student preparing to join it, then yes, absolutely. It's a beast of a tool with almost no serious competition when it comes to full-scale BIM modeling. But if you are more into conceptual design, residential interiors, or you are on a tight budget, you might want to look at SketchUp, ArchiCAD, or even Rhino. Personally, I think Revit is one of those tools where the more you put into learning it, the more it gives back. It is not sexy or lightweight, but it is insanely capable. Alright, that is it for this in-depth review of Autodesk Revit. If you've used Revit before, I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more software reviews like this. See you in the next one.